Hello, magic makers. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this reading is for you. A transmission through the Serpent Gate, a page in the Codex, and perhaps a message you are meant to remember. Before we begin, please light the fire and hit the like button. Every like you leave is a torch lit along the spiral road. Every comment is a sigil etched into the vault of echoes. And if this message resonates, consider subscribing and joining our journey through the temple. If there is anything you wish for me to hold in light or carry into the temple with you, prayer, protection, or intention, speak it below. Now, these readings are not predictions, they are transmissions, and I am merely the messenger. The meaning is yours to uncover. Open the temple within and listen for what echoes back, because the most important part of any tarot reading is you. We start with the Princess of Cups. You're someone with a lot of imagination. I think that you have an ability to really see visions, you have dreams, you have hopes, wishes, and aspirations. I think you're somebody that can perceive the magic in the mundane, the extra in the ordinary. You see things out in the world that most people don't see. I feel like you have an inventive genius about you, a real creativity that feels like it is just, it's colorful, it's expansive, it's immersive. Okay? And Spirit's trying to highlight that right now. Spirit's trying to highlight your creativity, your vision, your ability to have visions, to use your imagination to put things together in a way that most people can't. Okay? You can perceive the subtleties, you can perceive the mysteries, I don't know where that comes from in you, or kind of where you got that from, but Spirit wants you to pull that out right now, because it's time to get creative. Okay, it's time to allow yourself to kind of follow that creative vision. You've probably been having a lot more fantasies, daydreams. Maybe you're someone who is always painting or drawing or writing stories, or there's just this flood of creative energy right now. Okay. Let's put this into a little bit of context, okay? And let's see what you're doing with all of that creative energy. Oh, you're making magic. Yep, claim your role as a magic maker right now, Gemini, because this is you. You're being told to use this magic, okay? Here we have a 7 of Cups. We have the Hanged Man, 10 of Cups, okay? And the Sun. Yes, you're being told to shine your light, okay? There is an innovation. There is some sort of a creative genius here. I don't know what else to call it. You're creating answers where none existed. You're seeing things where there shouldn't be anything there. You're being told to go with that idea. Okay? Because whatever here, if you take your creative vision and you use your magic on it, right? You're going to create prosperity. Okay? So you're being told to act on this creative idea, turn it into something. And I think that the Hanged Man here is interesting too, because I kind of feel like you don't want to let anybody talk you out of this. This is a very clever idea. This is a very creative, solution or a path forward. Okay, this is that creativity, and you shouldn't at this time let anybody kind of talk you out of this. Okay, don't censor yourself. Don't let anybody. Don't try to hush your own idea. Okay. Over here we have the 4 of Wands. We have a 6 of Wands. We have a Tower, and we have a Chariot. Very good. Yes. Your innovation right now is going to bring sudden prosperity. There is a risky idea that's going to bring you some very well-earned recognition and success. Okay? You're being told to really start to piece together that like wild thought of yours, that wild vision. Don't censor yourself. Transmit that out. You are the messenger of that, right? You are the messenger of that creative energy, that vision. There's something inside you that really wants to sing and dance and create, okay? And I think that there's maybe a tendency in you to not express it. They got the hanged man back there, okay? Anyway, let's draw the hidden key from the codex, okay? The unseen cipher, the one truth yet unrevealed. This is a card pulled at random, a fragment of the codex beyond the known spread. It represents the factor infinite and unknown, what the watchers have not yet allowed us to see. We're going to place it right over here with Bubo, the mechanical owl. Now, we are not going to release that kraken until the end of the transmission, but when we do, it will bring all the threads together. It will confirm the prophecy and close the current page of the codex. If you feel the pulse of intuition, if the dove current is whispering to you, tell me what you sense. Leave a comment. What do you think the hidden key will reveal? Now, let's look around the room. Major arcana. Okay, you got fire. You've got a lot of water. No air. No earth. Okay? It's just fire and water and the major arcana energies, right? Fire and water really is kind of, it's creating like steam. It's creating momentum and movement. It's something that it's going to cause maybe some friction, you know? I feel that there is some opposition to your creative ideas. Yeah, and I feel that you're trying to create something now that in the past you have surrendered it. You've sacrificed that. You've said, okay, no, we'll do it everybody else's way. Okay, so it's interesting that we have the hanged man back here. Yeah, I think that you are, you're being told that your originality is going to bring you the recognition, not imitation, not surrendering, not sacrificing, not allowing anything to come in to kind of like, to push your idea aside. It's time for you to really defend your idea, to assert your will, and to go with that, you know? To use your cleverness, but also to ground it in action. See, there's a reason why there's no air cards and no earth cards. This is something that needs to be formulated into a clear plan of action, and that clear plan of action needs to manifest on the plane of earth. Okay? It's a risky idea. It's something that, you know, there might be some opposition toward. Okay? You're being told that your invention right now is going to really be a magnet for success. Okay? It's a risky idea. You need to be able to trust in this energy of yours. Okay, so our first position, this is your station. This is where you are on the spiral road, and I don't think that you always have this kind of creative flood, but right now you do, okay? This is a snapshot of where you are in your journey. You're at that place of your journey where it seems like there is there's not so clear a path forward, okay? Because you're being told to kind of invent the next path, invent the next phase or the next cycle for yourself, okay? You're in a very creative mode. I think you've been having, like I said, a lot of dreams, a lot of synchronicities, a lot of fantasies, a lot of visions. I hope you're writing them down. I hope the fact that we don't have any swords cards doesn't mean that you've been ignoring all of these ideas, all of these images or pictures that are coming to you. I feel like you're always kind of I feel like you're writing everything down. I hope you are, okay? It's a lot of original, sort of, imaginative, very rich, very lively kind of inner world. And the way I look at these two cards, because see, now that we have the Magician and the Magic Maker, your role right now is to take this vision in your head and somehow get it out into the physical world, right? So what do these two cards suggest? Well, this is somebody that can close their eyes, can imagine a face. Imagine somebody's face, right? And then can take a pen or a pencil and can draw that face. And it looks identical to how it is in your head. You know, it's a mirror image of what's in here, okay? That's the ideal. Now, I can't do that. I'm terrible at drawing. But the essence of this energy is, how do you take the picture in your head and bring it out of you? Transmit it into the world, whether it's on paper, as a story, or as a drawing, whether it's on canvas as a painting, whether it's a little bit more abstract and it's like a business, or it's like you're creating love, or you're creating, you know, I don't know, family. There's something inside of you. There's a lot inside of you, but there's a certain something inside of you that right now you need to find a way to transmit it out of you. That's the role of the Magician. That's the obstacle, because right now there's no plan. There's no air. And right now there are no concrete steps. There's no earth. There's no pentacles. Okay? I'm hoping that the mystery card is the King of Pentacles. Right? I hope that's what that key is going to be. So I think the blockage right now is maybe there's either not a true belief in yourself that you can transmit whatever this great idea is, whatever this inventive genius, idea is, that you're not capable of creating it. Okay, so for me, that obstacle would be, yeah, I can picture someone's face in my head. Like right now, I'm thinking of my grandma, bless her heart. But I couldn't draw her face. I don't want to try. It would be chicken scratches. Okay, I'm not confident in my ability to transmit or transcribe the image in my head in that way. But in other ways I can, obviously, right? And this is the obstacle for you, that you have to figure out what is the right method, the right medium, okay, through which you need to create this idea, through which you need to let it out. Okay? You have the idea, you have the vision, you have the genius. You have to figure out how to turn it into a plan and concrete actions. Because then it will lead to income, it will lead to prosperity. Okay? It's going to lead to some really, really good things. You're being called upon to be the magic maker. Okay? The Codex is signaling it's time for you to take on this role of magic maker. And all these visions, all these ideas, all these creative things in your head or in your notebook, it's time to begin packaging them, formulating them, figuring out a strategy or a medium through which you can manifest that. Okay? Now, beneath the surface, you have that Seven of Cups. I feel like the Seven of Cups is it's like a gut punch, okay? This is how it feels if you don't do this. This is kind of like, this is that feeling like you just got hit in the gut, like you missed an opportunity, okay? This is kind of like saying, this is your moment to shine, This is your moment to take charge. I feel like there's some kind of a leadership aspect to this. Okay? But this is the moment for you. And I feel like the regret that you would feel if you let this moment slip by. So in essence, it's saying, don't let anything take this opportunity away from you. Don't let anything jeopardize or convince you to not express this, or to not follow this idea, or to not manifest it in some way. Don't let anything convince you not to write the book, not to sing the song, okay, or tell the story. The Seven of Cups, to me, feels like it's a queasiness, okay? And I think that in a way this could be like that kind of stage fright, you know. But I also think that this is the feeling of life before you release this creative energy. Okay? So it feels like something stuck. Feels like there's something that's kind of sinking, you know? And we're kind of sinking down. The longer we sit here and sink, we start to feel a little hopeless. The further we get into the position we're in now, it's going to be harder and harder to get out of it. Okay? This is a bad situation that's getting worse. That's verging on hopelessness. Well, 7 of Cups to the 8 of Cups, that's, you know, something that's kind of not good for us, but there's still a chance we can get out of it. But eventually it's going to become just absolutely hopeless. You've got the creative idea of how to fix it or how to move forward. You've got that risky idea. You've got that innovation. Okay? You're creating an answer where there was no answer before. You're getting creative. How do you get out of quicksand? I mean, I don't know. You're getting creative with it. You're going to figure it out. You have to be assertive in this. The Hanged Man is kind of like giving up, throwing in a towel. I'm just going to sink down into this. There's no hope of getting out of that. There still is, but you have to tap into that creative energy. And you have to figure out a strategy about how to manifest that good idea. Your cleverness, your creativity, and your creative genius has to be grounded in action. But you cannot censor yourself here. Okay? This innovation, obviously, look at that, it's leading to a Sun card. It's bringing prosperity to you. That's going to be the fight of your life. Now, the Hanged Man in this background position, this is the chain. This is the ancient story. The karmic weight. This is an anchor. Are you going to drag this along with you, or are you going to break the chain off? This is sacrifice. This is surrendering. This is not believing in yourself. This is you thinking, nah, I don't have any good ideas. I don't have any creative energy in me at all. Or if I do, there's just, it's a good thought. It's a fantasy. But that's all it will ever be. Okay? And I feel like this has to stop for you. This is the chain that you need to sever. Okay? This is something that's dragging you down. It's going to prevent you from really moving up into this, taking that 7 of Cups situation and transforming it into a 10 of Cups situation. Okay? Because this is not believing in yourself. This is you sacrificing your idea. This is you perhaps yielding to other people, letting other people go ahead, or saying, your idea is better, go ahead. Okay. Meanwhile, you continue to feel just sick about it. There's something going on now that you know that you can get yourself out of this, right? But there's a pattern, or there's a history here of maybe not trusting in yourself. Okay? Not letting that creative water flow. Okay? And I think we need to open up that channel. We need to let it flow. It's trying to be transmitted through you. So I feel that you're somebody who has, on several occasions, probably had the right idea. You've had the creative, imagination, the kind of, the innovation or the genius for something, but it remained hidden in you. Yeah. This feels like someone who is not taking a risk. And I feel that right now you've got to take a risk on whatever this creative vision is. Yeah. Maybe this is your music. Maybe this is your book. And maybe the Hanged Man is really saying, like, look, you have to basically sacrifice everything and make this happen. Let go of whatever is holding you back, whatever is anchoring you. Okay? Because things are not getting better. If you stay in this position, we're sinking down into it. This is the way forward. You have to claim this Magician card. This is the key right now. Okay? And this, of course, the 10 of Cups is the Giant. This is the untapped, bliss. This is really like who you could become if you were to do this. You're transmuting the 7 of Cups, the toxic, swampy feeling, into bliss. Disappointment and a disheartened energy into absolute satisfaction. Okay? Stop sacrificing yourself. Start believing, okay, that you're creating the answer to the problem. That you're taking a risk on your idea, that you are clever, okay? That you have an original artistic essence about you. And I don't know if it's actually art or whatever it is, but you have a fantasy or a vision or a dream about the way life could look. Well, this is the manifestation of that dream. This is the card of the dream coming true. The dream becoming reality. Okay? This is a vision of the way you want your life to feel. Right now, your life feels like this. And it could be better, right? And it kind of feels like it's not getting better. It's kind of going the opposite direction. This is what you want your life to feel like. Satisfaction, it's bliss, it's fulfillment, it's family, it's recognition, it's love. This is the picture-perfect life. Okay? And right now you have the opportunity to create this. And it has to do with this vision that you have. In the future position, you've got the sun. This is the imago. This is your higher self. This is your ideal form. You're letting your light shine. I feel like the Hanged Man is someone that sort of says, no, I'm not going to shine my light. Okay? So not only are you transmuting this way, but also this way, vertically and horizontally. You are embracing what makes you special. You're embracing your creativity and your vision and your genius. You're creating yourself, really, instead of sacrificing yourself and kind of sinking into darkness. You're taking action here and you're building yourself up. You're molding yourself into your highest ideal form. Okay? And you're also transmuting your life. See, the 7 of Cups is an energy inside of you that feels something. This is your soul. This is what your soul's telling you. Your soul is telling you, we can't stay here. Okay, there's some kind of a queasiness or something that's just like, we've got to do something. We've got to change something. We've got to go forward. We've got to make a move. We can't stay here where we are because we're sinking in quicksand. The Magician is taking responsibility. The Magician is transforming, is creating. The Magician's doing magic here. Turning a Hanged Man into a sun. Turning a 7 of Cups into a 10 of Cups. That's magic. I mean, that's literally magic, right? You're causing change. From the suffering and sacrifice into glory and fortune and prosperity. From toxicity into bliss. And, well, let's talk about the path of the serpent. And as we do this, I would really like for you to subscribe to this channel, okay? And hit the like button, claim this reading as your own. Now, the 4 of Wands is a card of completion. And this is To me, this is the way other people might see you. This is kind of like an objective view of who you are. And this is the card of, again, completion, completing the cycles, follow through. Okay? And I think that people see you as a fairly reliable person. Somebody that does what they say they're going to do, follows through, completes their tasks on time, so to speak. But this is also the card of kind of predictable patterns, predictable behaviors, okay? That we keep completing the same cycles again. Yes, okay, doing the same things over and over again. I feel like what's happening right now is kind of a deviation. It is a risky idea. Okay, it's a vision that has no actual evidence that it's going to work. This is how you see yourself. Okay, and the idea with the Hanged Man is that this is how you see yourself, but you're not letting that shine. You're not letting that kind of project out into the world. You see. The Four of Wands is a card of both fire and earth, okay? Because it is a 4, and the 4 is, of course, the earth, the number of the earth. I'm going to start the timer there. I always forget to turn on the stopwatch, and these readings end up being 30, 40 minutes long. So I don't know what time we're at now, but hopefully it hasn't been too long. The Four of Wands is obviously fire. The 4 brings us down to the realm of earth. But what it's telling us is that there's this routine, there's this cycle, that we keep manifesting the same thing because we keep kind of operating with the same vision, okay? So you're being told to think outside the box. You're being told to think differently, to get creative with it, to use that imagination of yours, to figure out a different way. This is somebody who is kind of almost predictable, almost, routine, yeah. Almost has that routine aspect to it. And I think the idea here between the 7 of Cups and the 4 of Wands is that this isn't working anymore. Doing the same thing you've always done is making you feel like, okay, things aren't getting better. I'm just kind of sinking into this. But for some reason, you're not willing to trust in your imagination here, trust in your inner genius. Okay? And to do something different, to change out of this routine. Because again, this is kind of a predictable pattern. Now, in the environment, you have a 6 of Wands. Victory. Victory after a struggle. Well, how do you get from a 4 to a 6? Well, you got to go through a 5. So it implies that there's going to be some difficulty. There's going to be some challenges. I think there's going to be pushback. I think someone or something inside of you or outside of you is going to try to stop you from transmitting your creative idea out to the real world and manifesting it. I think that you're going to form the right kind of alliances. I think that maybe there's like a conversation, or there's some kind of a team thing happening. You're going to find your allies, okay? They're going to help you with this, because there's going to be a battle. It's a battle for you just to kind of muster the courage to do it. And then there's going to be opposition coming from somebody or something outside. Somebody that, doesn't want you to do that, or to sort of, to manifest that idea. Okay? So maybe it's something at work or something like this. I think that there's elements in your life that want the predictable you. Does that make sense? They want the version of you that they can kind of rely on. It's consistent, You're doing something now that it's just like, it's kind of off the charts, It's kind of, it's off the map. It's outside the box. It's a risk. It's a risky idea. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to bring a lot of recognition. And once it works, then you're going to get the recognition. Those same people that are doubting you now are going to be, giving you the round of applause when it you prove it that it works. Does that make sense? But it's going to be a struggle at first. And I think that having the right allies around you is going to really make the difference. Okay? Your recognition is going to be because of your originality, not because of your imitation, or not even the imitation, but the predictable patterns, right? The expected thing. This is the thing, again, the things that you have been doing. You've been completing certain tasks, and it's relatively been working, but not for you, not spiritually, creatively, or not personally. Okay? Whatever this invention is, I think it really is going to be an engine for growth, for bliss, for wealth, okay, for satisfaction. Yeah. The Tower is an interesting card here because it's in the position of the mirage. And as the mirage, it's kind of saying that, like, you're viewing this as, like, if it doesn't work, then it's going to ruin everything. So it's kind of like Spirit's asking, like, what's the worst that can happen? Is it going to be a tower? If this goes wrong, is it going to be a tower moment? Is it going to totally destroy everything in your life if this fails? If you trust your vision and you try to somehow, like, figure out a plan and ground that plan in action, and if it doesn't work, what's the real damage? Okay, he's asking you that question. Because, yeah, this is a creative risk. It's a risky idea. There's a lot at stake, I'm sure. But it's kind of like, if it doesn't work, things are not going to be all that terrible. Not any worse than they were before, right? At least not that much worse. This is Spirit's way of kind of saying it. Well, yeah, but did you die, though? At the same time, this card is kind of saying that this could be the breakthrough that you've been waiting for. If you're willing to push yourself and take a chance on this idea of yours, on this vision, on this dream of yours, and figure out a way to manifest it, to start formulating the plan and the course of action, this could be a pivotal moment in your life. This could be a real gateway for you. The Tower is sudden and unexpected change. This could be the idea that really propels you forward. A real, like, leveling up, a real breakthrough. But the mirage aspect of this is also basically a card that says, I can't. There are too many restrictions. The walls are too strong that my creative force can't break through those walls. That there's too much opposition. There's too much holding me back. There are too many obstacles. Okay? Because what this card really is, it's a liberation. This is an escape from prison. And of course, the Hanged Man is saying, well, I guess I'm just locked up in the tower, nothing I can do about it. Meanwhile, this creative idea that if the magician can figure out a strategy, it's like you're figuring out the prison break here. You're going to liberate your creative energy. Well, what remains when the walls of the tower come down? It's just pure light. It's pure creative expression. See, we tend to build up the walls of our own tower through I can't, I'm not good enough. All these doubts and things that we have are building up brick by brick the walls of the tower until there's nothing we can do but to continue doing the same thing we've been doing. This is a circle. This is really like every layer of bricks on the tower, and we're just another ring of bricks, another ring of bricks, and as we just build the tower up and up and up through our sort of habits, right? The tower coming down is now saying that you're allowing this freedom of expression, that you're able to, you're honoring your vision. You see the open eye, and you're kind of speaking your truth. You're uttering the word. You're expressing this. You're transmitting this. Despite the obstacles, despite the resistance, you're breaking through the walls that are around you. Okay? And what it's really doing is, well, the chariot here at the end, it is allowing you to get through this mud. It's allowing, the chariot now feels like it's stuck in mud. And the chariot, of course, is the one who is in service of their destiny. The chariot is the one who has higher obligations. It's not just about me and my ego. It's about what I'm sort of obedient to, what I'm devoted to, what I'm in service to. So for you, if this is family, if this is your success, if this is the business or the job or, whatever it is, if it's your responsibility that you feel toward the greater good or toward your neighborhood or your community or your significant other, or it is your responsibility to your pets, right? That is the chariot. To realize that it's not just about you. If it were just about us, who cares? Do whatever I want. Other people are affected by what you do. Okay? You have a responsibility toward others. And in a way, the question here is, what is really going to benefit those others? You diminishing your own capabilities and staying hanged man and kind of denying these creative aspects of yourself. No, I can't. It's not me. I'm not good at anything, blah, blah, blah. Is that going to help the people that you're responsible for or responsible to? Or is you liberating your creative energy and taking a risk on something that might be like real nice? What would they want you to do? Let's say it's your pets, your plants, or your people. What would they want you to do? And they say, well, if you try and you fail, who cares? We'll just go back to doing what we've been doing. No big deal. It's not really going to be much of a hardship if it doesn't work. But if it does work, it's going to change everything. Okay? So I feel like you really are at a serpent gate right now. And, the choice is always yours. Every time you're at a gate, it's up to you if you're going to go through it or not. Okay? And I think that this is something that the Codex has been sending your way quite often. Because of this hanged man is back here saying you have a history of denying these qualities in yourself. And not speaking up and not acting on your idea, and not trying to take, it's just kind of like you tend to leave your dreams and fantasies just in your head or in your notebook. Okay? The magician is here to say it's time that you actually implement one of these good ideas you have. Because it's going to bring you recognition, it's going to bring you, prosperity. And I think income as well. Okay? You have these original ideas. Don't just leave it like this, where we just sacrifice them and we say, no, it's just something that you keep to yourself. Because why? What is it that's holding you back from shining your light? Is it the idea of risk? Is it the idea of, if it fails, it's going to ruin everything, or other people will be adversely affected if I do this and it doesn't work? What's the worst that could happen if it doesn't work? And what's the best that can happen if it does work? Now let's look at the mystery card. Maybe we're weighing those options, okay? Let's see. This is position 11. This is the guide. Okay, this is either going to be an omen. It's going to be maybe some kind of an ally or a companion or a tool that you need on your path. Okay, and it's going to give us closure to this page in the Codex. What do you think it's going to be? What are you sensing here? I feel like it's going to be an ace of something. Hopefully an ace of pentacles. Yeah. It may be that air and earth that we're looking for in the form of a king of pentacles. It may be another sun. It may be an ace of wands. Let's see. A queen of wands, water and fire. Okay, water and fire. This, to me, feels like somebody who is staying very true and honoring that water energy inside. And to me, that water is going to be the princess, okay, of cups, that watery energy inside of you. That vision, that dream is staying alive inside of you. Because outside is all fire, right? So there's water and fire here. This is about you as a droplet of water in a very hostile environment. Think about it. Think of a little droplet of water that's surrounded by fire. Whew. Yeah. That's kind of makes you sweat, right? But that's exactly what this situation feels like for you. And that's how you have to look at it. That this is something that you have to absolutely hold on to and protect it so it doesn't get just evaporated. It doesn't just get boiled away by all that, all the opposition, all the fire, all the fighting, all of the obstacles, all of that, the pushback. Okay? It's something that is needs to be fiercely protected. This is somebody that has a bit of stature. This is somebody that is very assertive, you know. I think that this is your sense of responsibility to that dream and that vision and that, whatever it is, the wish, the fantasy, the aspiration that you have. This is you fiercely protecting that. And not in the way that the hanged man might think it protects it. I'm protecting my ego by not doing any of this, by not revealing any of my essence, my genius, you know. You're protecting your ego in a way. This is somebody that is fiercely, actively protecting that vision that they have. And so I think that this is that kind of confidence that you need. Spirit right now is going to reward your boldness and your confidence, your ingenuity, your originality. Okay? You need to believe in yourself, and I think it's time to step up and start formulating this plan. We still need the air and the earth, okay? Now, this transmission is going to continue beyond the gate. In the extended reading, we'll cast an I Ching hexagram, we'll draw from the oracle, and we'll open a new cluster of keys from the codex. If you feel called to continue, the path is open. There's a link in the corner, and there's one below this video. New transmissions for Gemini are on Wednesdays and Sundays, so be sure to receive both. Subscribe if you haven't yet. It aligns your signal with the dove current and ensures your next page in the codex will find you. Leave a comment and let me know where along the spiral road you're tuning in from. It helps us map the resonance of the temple. I want you to remember you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. The codex reveals itself through you. I thank you, I love you, and we are all walking this path together.